pass, and then obviously if you don't convert on second down, it's that dreaded third down. 29% only this season. Let's see if Riverside could get that going tonight.
Well, Riverside threw the ball 42 times and ran it twice in the first half of last week's game against Grossmont College.
Yeah.
You mentioned having first down efficiency and putting yourself in great second and third and short situations. Should they put the ball in Helinski in short situations, or should they try and run the ball and get first down yards?
It all gets back to not being able to run the ball.
Right.
I mean, this is, again, we bring it up over and over because it is something that needs to be fixed if you want to be a playoff team. 2 yards per pop, that's not going to work.
Foster averaged 7 in his freshman year. Now as a sophomore, he's looking to make a bigger impact. Fans it out to his tight end, Matthew Morin, who had 0 catches last week, but 3 drops for the Riverside Tigers last week in a big loss against Grossmont College. But Matthew Morin is getting into the game now. They expect him to have a big impact.
Yeah, Matthew Morin out of Chaparral High School, a 6'2", 245 tight end. This guy, he's got good size, and right there being used because, hey, we can't run the ball, so we do the swing pass to the flats, and that's just as good as a run.
Well, what's hilarious for Riverside is that after the commitment, Matthew Morin to Arizona University, he has yet to make the catch until that one. I'm sure he would love to wait a little bit longer until he made that commitment. It seems like he is sitting on that commitment a little bit. Does that make any sense?
It does, and I wouldn't be surprised if Morin told his coach, hey, get me the ball.
He finally got one there. It's his first catch. Play action fake. Helinski will tuck it under and reaches across the 15 to around the 16. That'll be a carry for no gain. And will Riverside punt again? It's 2 3-and-outs by that Riverside offense. And indeed they will.
They will. A lot of confusion on that play. Helinski faking the pass, faking the
handoff.
Faking the handoff, excuse me, lost for words there. Faking the handoff.
Lost for words too, Dan.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, Riverside seems to maybe not have, be a little bit confused, but I think the Tigers don't exactly know what their identity is yet. They were last year one of the top running teams in the JUCO world. They were among the top 5 running and among the top 10 passing, but this year it has been a much bigger struggle by that Riverside offense. Back deep to receive for El Camino, and that run's going nowhere, is DeWan Lee. That'll end up being a return for a loss of 3, Dan.
Yeah, so special teams is working. Defense is definitely working. Offense, that's always been the main subject. The cause for concern has been this offensive group, and you mentioned it. We haven't seen exactly what their identity is. When Helinski is in there, they tend to run a spread type of an option type of offense, and, well, I don't see Helinski as a running quarterback. And that's, to my knowledge, that's a big out point and something that sticks out.
Yeah, well, Helinski has yet to have a rush, or he did have one rushing touchdown, and he has been far from what we expected in the running game. But Helinski still has 7 TDs to just 3 picks. He's been solid for them. Riverside rushes 6, they drop 5. Notch off a play action, slings it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete, intended for the tight end Solomon, and it's now 2nd and 10.
Hey, guess who was involved in that play? Jonah Moy. Jonah Moy tipping that ball.
We're going to be hearing his name a couple times, right?
I mean, this guy's playing like an all-pro, I'm telling you.
He committed to BYU after a Hawaii commitment verbally, and he changed for good reason. He has had numerous offers throughout the last couple weeks. Jonah Moy has been a remarkable story for Riverside. He's a man that was expected to go to a D1 university right out of high school. He couldn't, and JUCO's the perfect spot for him. 2nd and 10, a counter play. Kendall Sparks zigzags to the 42. 3rd down and 8 upcoming for El Camino. 7-0, Tigers on top with 4:25 to go first quarter.
Nothing right there. Just clogged up. The running back coming to the near side. Notices that there's a wall. Tries to cut back to the middle. Nothing. Great job, defensive front.
Kendall Sparks, who has been one of the best running backs for El Camino, he has yet to convert a first down on the ground so far in this game. Sparks has been far from what they expected running the football. Play clock is down to 8 for El Camino, and they are taking their time to snap this football. Play clock down to 4, down to 3. Notch out of the gun on the 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap at 1. Looking, fires near side, and has his man. First catch of the day by the Tennessee University bounce back, a man who should be good for years to come for El Camino, Devontae Jenkins out of North Torrance, and that'll be a gain of 10. Move the chains for El Camino.
Trayshawn Broughton, number 2 for Riverside, the cornerback. The shutdown cornerback is a little disappointed in himself.
Kicking himself.
Yeah, he knew he had that ball. He should have put his hand out there and tip that one away.
Well, that's the 20th catch of the year by Devontae Jenkins. He is the number one target, no question about it, here for El Camino. Yet he did only have 2 catches last game during their loss to Citrus College. Handoff on 1st and 10. Kendall Sparks near side across the 45. And he lowers his shoulder to around the 41. That'll be a pickup of 7.
Decent pickup right there. Pitch to the outside. Good yardage on 1st down. That's exactly what you want to do if you're El Camino. El Camino is a team that's averaging 32 points per game. That's decent. So the scoreboard indicates 7-0. A little bit of an aberration. I should expect them to score at least 21 in this one. Whether they'll come out as winners, that's yet to be decided.
Well, Riverside is 2-0 against El Camino over the last 5 years, which has been great for a football team that is trying to get back to the playoff picture. Only the top 2 teams in Southern California make their way out of the second round of the postseason, which means that, you got to win these winnable games against teams like El Camino.
Right. If Riverside expects, or you know what, Riverside feels like they're a top 5 team. Number 9 doesn't look good, and it doesn't sit well with them. This is a game that should be going in their direction.
Riverside ranked number 1 coming in, 2nd and 8.
Oh!
Punishing hit. He fumbles the football. That was a Brock Carmen hit.
Yes,
and it looks like Riverside was able to hop on top of it. That's A.J. Hodgkins, is it not?
Yes, but Jonah Moy coming in on touch and blast. The quarterback.
El Camino hanged on to it.
Oh, did they? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I thought it wasn't, but Jonah Moy, what a collision there on 2nd down.
Perfect technique. No helmet used. No helmet-to-helmet action. No cause for a penalty there. It was just a clean, square hit right there.
Exactly what you put on the coach's reel if you're Riverside College. And now El Camino faces a 3rd down and 24. Clock winds under 2 minutes to go. Tigers lead by 7. Jonah Moy, he has a forced fumble and 3 tackles in the first stanza. Shotgun snap, Notch looking, all sorts of time. Hoisted over the middle, nearly good enough for the first down. A big attempt by Nicholas Roos. He was wide open over the middle.
Yeah, Nicholas Roos should have used both hands on that one. I don't understand why he only put one hand out there. But here's something I noticed. Riverside came out with a 3-man front, sort of playing like a prevent type of a defense. I kind of disagree with that. It seems like that blitz has been working. Fortunately, that wide receiver didn't use both hands.
Well, what's the story? Prevent defenses lose your football games?
Yeah.
Nicholas Roos, he could have done jumping jacks. He could have been reading the newspaper over the middle of the field. He was wide open, partner, yet it was Joey Notch that couldn't get it to him. 4th down and 24, a deep end-over-end kick. Michael Stallone retreats and lets that ball hop inside the 20 and takes a El Camino bounce to around the 16-yard line. That'll be a punt of about 45, no return.
Yeah, now it's the main subject that comes back into play. It's the offense.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're able to sustain a drive and not rely so much on this defense. Cause something for themselves. Get some confidence into themselves.
Riverside scored the touchdown on the pick 6, yet it's the Tigers that have yet to have 1 first down here in this game with under 2 minutes to go.
What's interesting,
first quarter.
Yeah, what's interesting right now is I'm very, very interested in what they want to do on first downs. Whether it's it looks like they're lining up shotgun. Might be a delay run right here.
Well, Denzel Foster only had 7 rushes last week against Grossmont College. 1st and 10, a high snap. Helinski fires on a screen to Michael Stallone, zigzags 15 to the 20, and he's tripped up at around the 23-yard line. You talked about big plays on first down. That'll be an 8-yard pickup.
Well, when you can't run the ball on first down, the next best thing is those screen passes and the swings to the outside. Right there, screen pass to the outside, wide receiver screen. Gets you a good pickup of 7. 2nd and 3. Not bad.
Michael Stallone's 8th catch of the season, and he has been a reliable target for Helinski. Play action fake. Helinski will end up running himself and loses a yard. That's a peculiar play call on 2nd down, Dan. Another 3rd down. They're 0 for 2 coming in.
That pass, if Helinski wouldn't have been sacked right there, that was intended for Matthew Moore. And Matthew Moore calling for the ball on that tight end screen. Helinski felt the rush from behind, had to step up, sack.
Well, no worry about what Helinski will do on this play. He subbed out, and Nicholas King again into the football game on a 3rd down and 3. They're 0 for 2 on 3rd downs with 30 seconds to go. Tigers lead by 7. Nicholas King out of the gun. He'll take it himself. and has enough, I believe, for the first down. He fought his way to around the 25, and that seems to be the go-to play for Riverside. They went to the Wildcat all week in practice, and it worked.
Yeah, they brought out Denzel Foster right there. Denzel Foster, a running back, playing that Wildcat type of a approach there.
Excuse me, guys. They ended up putting the ball back behind the 25. It's the third straight attempt that is no good for Riverside on third down here, Dan.
Yeah, the third down woes continue.
Well, that'll put Riverside at 11 for 41 at the end of the first quarter on third down attempts. They are sitting at right around 25% converting third downs this season.
In my opinion, nobody's going to argue this, 25% is garbage. All right? This is not a championship, not a state title offense right here, man. It is what it is, and they've got a lot of things to fix, and it starts at the quarterback position, man.
Well, I don't know necessarily about the quarterback position when you run two straight quarterback draws on third down and short. I don't think that they maybe the play calling is to question, but maybe they don't have the confidence in their offensive line and their talent at the wide receiver position.
You bring up a great point. Their offensive line is to be blamed on those sacks.
They've given up now 10 sacks on the season in 3 games and now another quarter in the books.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much in my opinion. The blocking schemes. I instead of going to that spread, how about having 2 running backs staying in behind the quarterback and backing up your quarterback on blocking?
This is a ball club that's around 100 yards per game running the football. Not half bad, but most of that came in their Week 1 win against Bakersfield College. We'll begin the second quarter here, guys. Again, thank you for joining us on Spreaker.com's National Sports. Riverside College, ranked number 9 in the state of California among junior college football teams. Begin the second quarter with a 7-0 lead. Zamora, end-over-end boot, and it'll take a Riverside hop and bounce out of bounds to the 31-yard line. That'll be a punt of around 50 for Anthony Zamora. And that'll be no return. The Paloma Valley punter with a solid kick there.
El Camino's offense coming back down over here to get things going, hopefully, for themselves. And we saw a little bit from their last possession. It is an offense that could produce if they are able to convert again on third downs and sustain maybe a good yardage on the run.
Yeah, this is a team you mentioned in the first quarter that averages over 30 points per game. Yeah. That's very impressive for an El Camino team that saw a number of their stalwart offensive contributors leave on graduation during the offseason. Notch is out of the game. That'll be Eben Jackson, who fires down the field, and it's incomplete, intended for Devontae Jackson, 2nd and 10.
Poorly thrown right there by Notch. Excellent play call right there. Pro-style, I-formation, play action. A pass to the outside. It should have been thrown in front of his receiver, not behind him, and just poorly thrown there. Nick.
What's amazing is that we talked about over 30 points per game. Well, they're doing it with 3 different quarterbacks. Not just out, and in is Eben Jackson, who is a freshman quarterback at 6'4" out of Narbonne High School. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion by him. Kendall Sparks to the single back, a 2-wide set. Play action fake. Out of the pocket is Jackson, fans it out on a screen pass. That'll be Kendall Sparks to the 40, and he's tripped up at the 41-yard line. It fooled us up here in the booth off of the play action, and it also fooled the defense, gain of 8.
Hey, I've got a theory. Eben Jackson is out there because he's a little bit more athletic. I could notice it. And just the way he moves his feet, I know he's a lot faster than the rest of the quarterbacks. Hopefully they're hopefully bringing him out there to cause a spark. Let's see if he does it.
Well, Jackson, the 6'4", 190 freshman. Meanwhile, Joseph Notch, a sophomore at only 6 foot, 4 inches smaller. And I'm sure that they use that in trying to make that quarterback decision there on this drive. That'll be a false start by the offense, a 5-yard setback. El Camino, they'll face now 3rd and 7 at their own 35. What's in the play call, Dan?
You got to go to the pass unless you've got this beautiful design screen or delay play. And it's not something that you could guarantee with this defensive front right here of Riverside.
The Tigers have been fantastic, partner.
Yeah, they have.
They already have 3 quarterback sacks in a little over 15 minutes.
Yeah, and that's probably why they brought out Jackson. Jackson, unfortunately, hasn't had many attempts. Only has had 22 passing attempts this young season.
El Camino 2 out of 5 on third downs. They face a 3rd and 7. Eben Jackson fires over the middle, and it's incomplete, but a flag is down intended for Stallone, and that may be a pass interference that moves the chains for the Warriors.
Yeah, I kind of disagree on that one. I didn't see much contact right there before the pass, but Jackson showing off his arm. He has a good throwing motion, perfect tight spiral. I could see why he's going to get some playing time.
Jackson last week in a